Living off-grid in the summer in a camper without AC, it can be pure torture. Woo! It is getting super hot out there. My dog's panting. Nights I barely sleep. This is the worst night's sleep. I did have an AC, but it was useless without being plugged in. When OutEquipPro contacted me to try out their DC air conditioner, I thought this could be a dream come true, or a total flop. I need to majorly beef up my battery bank and solar setup for this AC to run off-grid. And my camper is tiny. Where will I even be able to fit the required battery and solar panel? Thankfully, Redodo batteries are contributing batteries to this endeavor. Honestly, this whole thing is making me nervous. I still have to pay for installation and solar, and isn't even gonna work. Also, how much is this gonna cost me? Can I afford this? Stick around to the end because I'm laying it all out there. The duct tape disasters, the installation challenges, the real price tag, and most importantly, will I finally have cool off-grid air conditioning? Thank you to OutEquipPro and Redodo Power for providing me with the AC unit and batteries in exchange for my honest review. So that morning, I had to leave the Thousand Trails in Las Vegas, the most crowded campground that I have ever stayed at. I was on my way south to Quartzsite. The dream camper life for me is all about living in nature, completely off-grid. But let's be real, getting the power right can be a real headache. Well, it happened last night. I ran out of electric. On the flip side, you don't want to go overboard with a massive, expensive battery and solar setup if you don't really need it. You're just going to be spending a lot more money for nothing. The electrical system in an RV or van can quickly become one of the biggest expenses. My old air conditioner was totally dependent on being plugged into shore power. That meant I spent a lot of scorching nights boondocking where I was completely miserable. This is the worst night's sleep. This basically trapped me plugged in a campground during the summer when the heat was on, which is not my ideal way to experience the outdoors. That's why the idea of a DC-powered air conditioner running directly off my batteries became the ultimate goal for true off-grid freedom. My power journey had a lot of ups and downs. I currently have 200 amp hours of lithium batteries and 210 watts of solar on the roof. I even added a DC to DC charger so the camper's batteries would charge when I drive. But honestly, it wasn't enough. I desperately needed more power to enjoy extended time off-grid, especially during the hot summer months. That's why I ended up at Solar Bills in Quartzsite, Arizona. So I arrived there the night before because I had to be there bright and early the next morning. So I just came in from hanging out with the workers at Solar Bills in Quartzsite. They had a fire going. It was really nice. The people at Solar Bills are so nice and welcoming. They all have interesting stories because they all travel. They seem to be very close. They all work together and like each other. One thing that got me concerned is one of the techs, Johnny, was talking about he doesn't know if those 4 batteries are going to fit in my camper. Because the only way they could fit is 2 in the battery compartment and 2 under the dinette. And he said batteries don't like to be separated. And then also the issue of charging the batteries, getting enough solar to charge the batteries. I also have the DC to DC charger, but I don't have a generator. So it got me a little worried if all this is going to come together. I'm hoping they can fit the 4 140 amp batteries in there and enough solar on the roof. I also wanted external solar port to add more solar. But they were telling me that a good rule of thumb is to have double the amount of solar in watts than you have amp hours in battery. So that would be 140 times 4, 560 amp hours of battery. So 1120 watts of solar. I'll tell you right now, we're not getting 1120 watts of solar up on this roof. The external solar ports will have to work. I have one portable 400 watt solar panel that I got from All Powers that I want to hook that up. So we'll find out tomorrow. I'm not worrying about it tonight. So see ya in the morning, everybody. Before I get into the installation, I want to tell you about the two companies that I'm so excited to work with. Redodo batteries. They hooked me up with 4 of their 140 amp hour lithium batteries. That's a whopping 560 amp hours of power. That's 180% more than I had before. These batteries also have their own Bluetooth app, so I could see what the batteries are doing in real time, and low temperature protection. They also have a 5-year warranty. What's so great about these batteries is they're incredibly space saving, giving you a lot more capacity. 2 of them fit in my battery compartment, not taking up any more room than my previous batteries. I'm also getting 1.4 times longer runtime compared to my 100 amp hour lithium batteries in the same Group 31 size. Plus, they deliver serious power. I'll be able to easily power everything on my rig, including the off-grid AC. Redodo manages to offer this high level of quality and performance at a price point that's actually less expensive than other comparable batteries on the market. These batteries are a great option for your RV, van, boat, or even for home backup. You won't be disappointed. I'm super excited to be working with OutEquipPro and sharing the features of their DC air conditioner. This thing is designed for off-grid freedom. It offers both 10,000 BTU cooling, and the heating model offers 4,500 BTU heating. So you're covered year-round. Plus, it's pre-filled with refrigerant. What really stands out is its energy efficiency. Thanks to the DC compressor, you can get up to 8 hours of cooling with 480 amp hours of battery and 10 hours with 600 amp hours of battery, which means longer off-grid adventures. It's also a lot lighter than my old Coleman Mach air conditioner. It's 45 pounds. And my old one was 90. That's half the weight, which is huge. OutEquipPro has built-in battery protection, quiet operation, and even a heating smart mode. If you're serious about staying comfortable while boondocking like I am, this DC air conditioner is a game changer. So if you're looking for an off-grid DC air conditioner or high-powered lithium batteries at a great price point for both products, check out the descriptions and the link below. For legal reasons, I was not permitted to go into the work area or film while they were working, but I'll tell you what happened. Solar Bills got my entire battery and solar installation done in just one day. They fit all the new Redodo batteries and put 500 watts of solar on the roof, plus 2 external ports for another 600 watts. That's 1,100 watts total on my tiny camper. I was a bit worried about the battery placement near plumbing, but Johnny from Solar Bills was awesome and put my mind at ease. He explained that the batteries are marine grade, so they can handle water up to the battery terminals. I'm seriously impressed with Solar Bills. Everybody was super nice. Gus, the owner, big thank you to him and to my installers and to everyone at Solar Bills. They were all wonderful. If you're in Quartzsite and need solar or batteries installed, I would highly recommend these guys. For the AC installation, I enlisted Terry from Terry's RV. We did hit a couple of snags with the included brackets not fitting my camper's design. I have to admit, I did get worried during this whole process because it was taking longer because of the brackets, and I had to leave and go to Las Vegas. When I came back, the air conditioner wasn't totally installed, and Terry kind of had it up there temporarily because it was super hot to give me a little cool air during the night, which I appreciated. But it made me worry, like, if this whole thing was going to come together. But I was worried for nothing because it's working great. The tech team at OutEquipPro were super responsive, and Terry, being the skilled pro that he is, was able to custom design a bracket that worked perfectly to secure the AC. Big thanks to both OutEquipPro's support and Terry's ingenuity for getting it sorted out. If you're ever in Quartzsite during the season and need an RV repair, I would highly recommend Terry. He was great to work with. Thanks, Terry.
A little bit of a challenge, but it went in fairly well after. Other than that, a couple of modifications just to make it work. So we still have the strength in the roof, still have the hold of the air conditioner, and everything being functional, especially being out of 12 volts. So other than that, not too shabby.
Yeah, great.
And it stays cool.
It does.
Yeah. And you're very welcome.
So let me give you my impressions of this whole system. Even though we had a few hiccups with the installation, everything went great. Solar bills was amazing. I'm impressed with the Redodo batteries and OutEquipPro air conditioning, and it seems to be running great. So in Quartzsite, we had a couple of extremely hot days, and I used the AC for 24 hours without plugging in. And in the morning, my batteries were out 47%. So I think that's amazing. My rig is small, and usually when it's super hot out, I'll put reflectix on the windows to reflect the heat away from the rig. Let me show you how this guy works. So I'm using this remote to run everything. I'm turning it on. At night, it has a sleep mode. It also has an eco mode. So let's put the temp down to 72. Right now it is 80 in here. So it's not incredibly hot, but hot enough. And this guy is quiet, and it really cools down the whole rig quickly. I am super impressed. My dream of off-grid AC has come true. Now, in another video, I'm going to be taking you to Death Valley to really put this guy to the test. Thank you to everybody for coming along on this quest. I'm very grateful for all of you watching, and remember to be kind, especially to yourself. We'll see you in Death Valley with over 90-degree temps and see how this bad boy does. Bye-bye. Sending love to all. We're cool. We're cool. We're cool. We're cool. We're